What up, though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me while I'm out here. I'm making a food run. It's the end of the day, and I'm grabbing me some eats. I'm about to get that fish sandwich, man. I gotta do it. It's been a while. But let me get into the topic at hand, y'all. It's a viral video going around. It's a father who took his son to the prom, his gay son, and people are throwing their opinions in here and there. So I'll go ahead and give my take. Those of you who watch my stuff a lot, you will probably already know, my thoughts about this. I'm not a fan of it. Um, I read the caption on the video. It said that the father is Muslim and he's always, kind of just not supported him for his lifestyle, and he was surprised when his father pulled up to take him to the prom. I just think fathers, you have to be there to raise your boys. Um, this is the thing that is highly likely to happen when you have a boy being raised around a bunch of women. You hear in the video that it's nothing but women around. You don't hear another male in the vicinity. The father, he was looking awkward. He's trying to be supportive or be there for his son, whatever he, convinced himself that he was doing in his mind. He's there, but you can tell he there, but he not there. He was taking him as a chauffeur, so it's not like he going in to like do the dance with him, to do the prom with him, which that was a narrative that people were running with. That's not accurate. He was taking him as a chaperone. The boy had his nails did, his hair did up, he had a fan, he had a dress on that was shaped like a suit jacket. It was really zesty. He got to crying and was waving the fan. It was zesty hours. I feel bad for the father to an extent, but at the same time I blame him for this outcome because obviously he wasn't around. If you are in your boy's life, it is far less likely for this sort of thing to happen. Does it happen somewhere out there in the world? Sure, but it is considerably less likely when you're a masculine presence, when you're a man, a father, a husband, when you're example of what a man is supposed to be. Boys look up to that. Every boy wants that, desires that strong male figure to look up to. He wants to be just like him. But you have to be around in order for that to be the case. So it does not seem like, we don't know. We only know what's in this video, but it does not seem like that's what was happening here. It does very much seem like the boy was being raised by women. The woman said that what was it? The woman in the video said, her husband was taking, his son or their son to just, I don't know. I just can't hammer home enough how important it is for men to be around, to men to be in the lives of boys. Because if you're not around, what example do they have to go by? They're around a bunch of women. If you got a sister, a mom, grandmas, aunties, and they're all that the boy is around, he's going to pick up feminine mannerisms. That's the environment. We're products of our environment. I happen to grow up in an environment where I had very masculine role models to go by, especially my grandfather. R.I.P. to him. He was a great matriarch of our family, and a lot of the really silly rainbow stuff that's happening right now, I often think about what he would think about this stuff. All of the trans stuff, the pronoun stuff. he wasn't messing with none of this stuff, man. You know, he was very much set in his ways, but I appreciated that about him. He was just a man. He wasn't overly emotional. He was a provider, he was a leader, he was a protector. He did what he did out of duty. My granddad never complained about anything. And it's not that everything was happy and great all the time. It's just that that wasn't his generation. I mean, he lived through the Depression. He lived through, things being rationed. So he knew what hard times was. These males nowadays, they could never, man. So again, I feel for the father, but I also blame the father for this, because ultimately it falls on you. It falls on you. Who's gonna be to blame? We could say, oh, well, the mom raised him to be zesty. Okay, sure, the mom may have raised him to be zesty, but whose fault is that? You got to be around to raise your boys. You can't leave your boys to be brought up around nothing but women and then be surprised that he turned out on some rainbow stuff. I mean, how else is he going to turn out? Some people say you're born that way. I don't know about that. The reason why I've never bought into that is because you have places where this just isn't a thing. Middle Eastern countries, this just really isn't a thing. You look at Africa, this just really isn't a thing. They don't have all these protections and pride months and whatnot. They don't have these things. That's why I just don't really agree with the being born that way. Maybe there's a chance of it, but if it is, it's nowhere near to the degree that we're seeing. This lifestyle is being pushed on us very much. It's being force fed, it's being encouraged, and they are very much after the boys. And I have my theories on that, but that really doesn't matter. But yeah, as you guys probably expected, I'm not a fan of that situation. I couldn't imagine being that, because no man on earth wants a zesty son. No man on earth. Men are so proud of their boys, man. And this is why I don't understand not being there to raise your sons. Men are typically so proud of their boys, because he is going to carry on your name and he is going to carry on your bloodline. And if he on that zesty stuff, he's not going to do either. So I'm going to leave it there, y'all. That's pretty much my feelings on that. I'm sure it doesn't surprise any of you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll holler at y'all soon. Peace.